Hello friends, it's Terry with Terry's Mailbox, and today I'm presenting this cool holiday decor piece for the Funkie Junkie Boutique. I fell in love with the candlelight colorized dies from Sizzix and Tim Holtz and decided to use them as the focus of this make. So again, here's the colorized, and I used the lantern. And then I also used an older Biggs die. It's a holly and berries and tree limb. And then the last one I used is the Holiday Greens. This is also an older die set from Sizzix and Tim Holtz. So I started with the burlap background frame and some eggshell shiny acrylic paint. And as you can see, I'm just painting it on here, trying to give it a little bit more texture rather than just having the burlap background. I thought this might add a little bit more interest. So then I'm also using one of the baseboard frames, and I trimmed it down a little bit because I didn't want it to totally cover that burlap piece. And then I'm using a piece of holiday collage paper. This actually is from last year, but he's got a really pretty one out again this year, which you could certainly substitute for this. So I have my collage brush there, and I'm getting out my collage medium, and I'm going to paint that on the top of that baseboard frame, making sure the whole thing is covered. And once I've got a pretty good layer on there, I pick up the collage paper, and then I want to make sure that I get a lot of that greenery in there, because obviously there's a big hole in the middle. So I'm gonna smoosh it down here and make sure that it is completely covered, and then I'm gonna let that dry. And then that'll be on top of the burlap piece. So here is the piece. It is dry. Cool. Cut out some leaves and berries out of some dark green and dark red cardstock. So I'm using one of these Sizzix tools here to make the berries a little more 3D. So I'm just kind of doing the rounding in the middle, and that just kind of pops them up really nicely. So then I'm going to put them all together, just kind of using my PPA glue. It's just a white glue that I use. I like the needle nose applicator there. So I'm just kind of piling them all on here, and then on the 3D pieces, I put glue around the edges. And so then I picked up 3 of the holly leaves here. And then I wanted to give them a little bit more dimension by, kind of drawing the stem line down the center. And then I was able to kind of fold the leaves up just a little bit. That just gave them a little bit of extra texture. I just have fun playing with layered dies. I don't know. It's my new obsession here. So then I grabbed my vintage photo distress ink, and I'm just going to kind of put it along the edges here. Again, like to grunge everything up, including the baseboard frame. Had to grunge that up as well. Just gives it a little bit of dimension and gives me inky fingers at the same time. So then I pulled this dude out and decided to run the vintage photo along the edges of it, again kind of antiquing it. And you can see that obviously I've removed all of the excess tissue, and I did that by just wetting it down a little bit, and that makes it very easy to tear. So now I'm gonna make it snow. So I'm adding some collage here, and then some mica flakes, and then I'm just gonna set that aside to dry. And then I'm also doing the same with the edges of the frame and the tops of the berries and the holly leaves. So I'm just kind of throwing it on here, and again leaving it to the side to dry. I've already got it on the lantern up there in the left-hand section. So I needed to kind of decide what direction each one of the leaves was going to go so that I could add the mica snow to the top. I probably could have used my squeeze bottle of collage, but I decided to go ahead and just kind of slap it on with a palette knife. Last leaf here, adding the collage medium, and then throwing some mica flakes on it, and we'll set those aside to dry. Doing the berries too. Forgot I was doing the berries. Okay, now it's assembly time. So I'm pulling off all of my bits and pieces here and grabbing my squeeze bottle of collage medium, and that's what I'm attaching the baseboard frame to the back piece here. It's nice that this burlap frame is actually a solid piece so that it's, you know, very easy to attach things. I also cut some white sparkly pieces out of that holiday greens. Again, kind of, you know, attention and just a little bit more sparkle. Terry likes sparkle, so having too much fun with the sparkle. So we're just going to glue the pieces on here. Then we're going to add some of the greenery on top, kind of trying to decide where it goes. And again, collage medium is great, great adhesive to use because again, it you know, you can squish it down. It's easy to apply, especially with that the squeeze bottle. And so then my lantern's going to go there on the top, and so trying to figure out where he goes. And then after I got it attached, I kind of thought, okay, I need something to pop up the top part of that lantern because it's a little bit unsettled. So I ended up grabbing my foam tape and cutting it. And I ended up having to put 3 layers on here to get it level. I was kind of surprised at that, but yeah, it took 3 layers. Look at all that sparkle in there with all that mica snow. Too much fun. So now I gotta get the berries on here. And then I decided I needed 1 more layer. So this is my 3rd layer of foam tape that I decided to put on there. Again, I wanted it to be very level. So after I'd gotten it together, I discovered I still need 1 more layer. So 1 more layer it is. And so now I'm just going to let all of the collage medium dry. There's my 3rd layer, I'm sorry. The last layer was my 2nd layer. So there is my finished holiday decor piece. I love all the sparkle and the dimension and the colors, and I just think it turned out really, really cool. So hopefully you enjoyed my video today. Would love to have you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, and Blogger, all called Terry's Mailbox. Please come and join me. Happy holidays to all.